Picture this. It's 2025, and you're scrolling through TikTok, watching another young Aussie flexing their new car, their Bondi apartment, or a crypto wallet screenshot showing insane gains. Meanwhile, you're stuck, barely scraping by, wondering how the hell they're doing it while you're drowning in rent, hex debt, or the skyrocketing cost of smashed Avo. Sound familiar? You're not alone. Thousands of Australians, especially young ones, are feeling the same pinch. But here's the kicker. Some of those same Aussies are quietly building wealth, not with six-figure salaries or family trust funds, but with something you've probably heard about and maybe even dismissed: altcoins. Yep, those weird-sounding cryptocurrencies beyond Bitcoin. And no, this isn't some get-rich-quick scam or a dodgy TikTok hustle. This is about understanding why young Aussies are going all in on altcoins in 2025, and how you can avoid missing out again. Let's talk real for a second. Australia's economy isn't exactly handing out golden tickets right now. Inflation's been a roller coaster, with the Reserve Bank of Australia, RBA, keeping interest rates stubborn, squeezing wallets across Sydney, Melbourne, and beyond. According to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, ABS, the cost of living index jumped 6.1% in the last year alone, while wages barely budged at 3.9%. Translation? Your paycheck buys less every month. Rent's up. CoreLogic says median weekly rent hits 627s in capital cities. Groceries? Forget it. A loaf of bread's practically a luxury item, and don't even get me started on power bills. Meanwhile, traditional paths to wealth, like saving for a house deposit or sticking cash in a term deposit, feel like running on a treadmill. Lots of effort, nowhere fast. Now you might be thinking, crypto? Really? Didn't that bubble burst years ago? Fair question. Bitcoin's had its ups and downs, sure, crashing from $69,000 USD in 2021 to under $17,000 in 2022, then climbing back to $80,000 by early 2025 per coin market cap. But altcoins? They're a different beast. These are the smaller, lesser-known cryptocurrencies, like Solana, Cardano, or Polkadot, that have exploded with innovation and potential. In 2024 alone, altcoins as a group outperformed Bitcoin by 23%, according to Crypto Compare data. Why? Because they're powering real-world stuff: decentralized apps, NFTs, gaming platforms, even supply chain solutions. Young Aussies aren't just buying coins, they're betting on the future of tech. And some are making bank. But here's where it gets messy. For every Aussie who's turned $1,000 into $10,000 with a smart altcoin play, there's another who's lost their rent money chasing a meme coin hyped on X. That's the problem. Crypto, especially altcoins, is a jungle. It's exciting, it's tempting, but it's also bloody dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. The Australian Securities and Investments Commission, ASIC, reported in 2024 that 44% of Aussies aged 18-34 had dabbled in crypto, but over half admitted they didn't fully understand the risks. Scams are everywhere. ASIC flagged 1.3 billion in crypto fraud losses last year. And yet, the potential's undeniable. Altcoins like Avalanche and Chainlink surged over 150% in 2024, per CoinGecko, while traditional investments like savings accounts offered a pathetic 1.5% interest rate. So why should you care? Because you're not just fighting to pay rent or clear your afterpay balance, you're fighting for a future where you're not chained to a desk, stressing about bills. The average Aussie millennial has $10,000 in personal debt, excluding HEX, according to Finder's 2025 Consumer Sentiment Tracker, and only 15% feel confident about retiring before 70. Altcoins aren't a magic bullet, but they're a tool, one that young Aussies are using to break free from the grind. The catch? You need to know how to use it without getting burned. Let me hit you with a story. Meet Jess, a 26-year-old barista from Brisbane. 2 years ago, she was living paycheck to paycheck, sharing a flat with 3 others, barely covering rent. She stumbled across a Reddit thread about altcoins and, curious, threw $200 into Solana when it was dirt cheap. Fast forward to 2025, that $200 is now $4,800, enough to clear her credit card debt and start a micro-investing account. Jess isn't a tech genius or a finance bro. She's just like you. She took a chance, did her homework, and got ahead. But for every Jess, there's a Tom who lost $500 on a Mooncoin scam because he didn't know better. That's where you're at right now, standing at a crossroads. Altcoins could be your ticket to building wealth in a world where traditional paths are failing young Aussies. But they could also be a trap if you dive in blind. The urgency is real. Crypto markets move fast, and 2025 is shaping up to be a massive year for altcoins, with global adoption hitting 1.2 billion users per Statista. Waiting too long could mean missing out on life-changing gains, or worse, jumping in late and losing everything. This isn't about hype. It's about giving you the tools to navigate this wild west of finance. In the next block, we'll dig deeper. Why altcoins are blowing up, what's driving young Aussies to invest, and how you can avoid the scams that trap so many. I'm not here to sell you dreams. I'm here to help you build wealth, step by step, even if you're starting from zero. All right, mate, let's get real. Why are young Aussies losing their minds over altcoins in 2025? It's not just about chasing quick cash, though, let's be honest, who doesn't want that? It's about a generation fed up with a system that feels rigged. Sky-high rents, impossible house deposits, and superannuation that won't buy you a beach shack by 70. Altcoins, those quirky cryptocurrencies beyond Bitcoin, are like a middle finger to the old ways of building wealth. But what's driving this crypto craze, and why should you care? Grab a flat white, because we're diving into the nitty-gritty with some spicy insights, a few laughs, and a chance for you to join the convo. First off, let's unpack the vibe. Australia's economy in 2025 is a pressure cooker. The cost of living crisis hasn't gone anywhere. Finder's 2025 report says 68% of Aussies feel financially stressed, with Gen Z and millennials hit hardest. Median rent in Sydney's hitting $700 a week per domain and a house deposit. Try $150,000 minimum in most capitals. Meanwhile, traditional investments are a snooze fest. High-interest savings accounts are dishing out 2 to 3% if you're lucky, per CanStar, while inflation's hovering at 4%. Your money's basically shrinking in the bank. No wonder young Aussies are eyeing altcoins. Some of these coins, like Solana or Polygon, spiked 100–200% in 2024 alone, per CoinMarketCap. Compare that to the ASX 200's measly 8% return. It's not hard to see why people are jumping ship. But it's not just about the numbers. It's about what altcoins do. Unlike Bitcoin, which is basically digital gold, altcoins are powering real stuff. Take Ethereum. It's the backbone of decentralized finance, DeFi, letting you lend or borrow without a bank. Cardano's working on secure voting systems. Imagine no more sausage sizzle chaos on election day. Then there's Avalanche, making NFT marketplaces run smoother than a Bondi sunrise. These aren't just coins, they're tech revolutions. Young Aussies, especially tech-savvy ones, get it. A 2024 YouGov poll found 52% of Aussies under 30 believe crypto's the future of money. They're not wrong. Global blockchain spending hit $19 billion last year, says Statista, and Australia's fintech scene is booming. Now let's have a laugh for a sec. Picture Dave, your classic Aussie tradie, scrolling X during Smoko. He sees a post hyping a coin called Shiba Rocket with a Doge meme. Mate, this is going to the moon, he thinks, chucking in $1,000. 2 weeks later, it's worth $50. True story. Well, sort of. The point is, altcoins are a minefield if you're just chasing hype. ASIC's 2024 crypto report warned that 1 in 3 Aussie investors got stung by scams, losing $1.8 billion collectively. But here's the flip side. Smart players are killing it. Take Mia, a 24-year-old graphic designer from Melbourne. She researched Polkadot, a coin connecting blockchains, and invested $500 in 2023. By 2025, it's worth $6,000. She's not retiring to Bali yet, but that's a bloody good holiday. So what's the secret sauce? It's not luck, it's strategy. Altcoins are volatile, sure, but they reward people who dig deeper. The ones winning aren't finance bros with MBAs, they're regular Aussies like you scrolling Reddit, watching. YouTube explainers joining Discord groups. They're learning about fundamentals, a coin's tech, team, and use case. For example, Chainlink, which connects smart contracts to real-world data, jumped 180% in 2024 because companies like Qantas started testing its tech for supply chains, per Bloomberg. Compare that to Pumpcoin 420, which tanked after a TikTok influencer bailed. See the difference? Here's where it gets spicy. You're probably thinking, sounds cool, but I'm no crypto guru. Fair enough. Most Aussies aren't either. A 2025 SwiftX survey found 60% of crypto-curious Aussies feel overwhelmed by jargon, gas, fees, wallets, DeFi, oh my. But that's the beauty of 2025. You don't need a PhD. Apps like CoinSpot or Independent Reserve make buying altcoins as easy as ordering Uber Eats. Plus, communities on X and Reddit are buzzing with tips. Though, pro tip, don't trust anyone yelling "HODL" without receipts. The real question is, are you ready to stop scrolling and start learning? Let's make this fun. I want to hear from you. Have you ever dabbled in crypto? Maybe you made a quick buck on Dogecoin back in the day, or maybe you got burned by a shady exchange. Drop your story in the comments below. Good, bad, or straight up chaotic. And if you're sitting there thinking, I've never touched crypto, tell me why. Scared of scams? Too broke? No judgment here? We're all trying to crack the code to financial freedom. Sharing your story might just spark an idea for someone else. Oh, and one more thing. If you're vibing with this deep dive into altcoins, hit that subscribe button. Not because I'm begging, okay, maybe a little, but because we're dropping weekly videos to help you navigate this wild financial jungle. Crypto, super, side hustles, you name it. Think of it as your cheat sheet to stop feeling Lascato and start building wealth, Aussie style. All right, legends, we've talked the talk. Altcoins are shaking up the game for young Aussies, offering a shot at wealth in a world where rent eats half your pay. But now it's time to walk the walk. You're probably thinking, sounds epic, but where do I even start? I'm not a tech nerd and I've got like $100 to my name. No stress. This blocks your roadmap to dipping your toes into altcoins without drowning. We'll break it down. Apps, steps, numbers, mistakes to avoid, and real stories to fire you up. By the end, you'll have a clear plan to start small, stay safe, and maybe, just maybe, build something life-changing. Ready? Let's roll. Step 1. Get your tools sorted first things first. You need a platform to buy altcoins. In Australia, 2025 is stacked with user-friendly options. CoinSpot and SwiftX are two of the biggest. They're Aussie-based, regulated by Austrac, and perfect for beginners. CoinSpot has over 400 coins, including altcoins like Solana, Cardano, and Chainlink. SwiftX offers low fees, around 0.6% per trade per their site. Download either app, both on iOS and Android, sign up and verify your ID. It's like opening a bank account, but faster. Takes 10 minutes, tops. Pro tip, enable two-factor authentication, 2FA, to keep hackers out. ASIC reported 500 million in crypto thefts last year. Don't be a statistic. Step 2. Set up a wallet. Buying altcoins is one thing. Storing them safely is another. Exchanges are fine for small amounts, but for anything over $200, get a software. Wallet like Trust Wallet, free, supports 100+ coins, or MetaMask, great for DeFi. These apps let you hold your coins off exchanges, so if the platform gets hacked, your money's safe. Want extra security? A hardware wallet like Ledger Nano S, $150, is like a USB vault. Pricey but worth it for serious players. Example, Sarah, a 27-year-old nurse from Perth, Lost $800 when an exchange crashed in 2023. Now she uses Trust Wallet and sleeps easy. Step 3. Start small and pick smart. Here's the golden rule. Only invest what you can afford to lose. Got $50? Cool. $200? Even better. Crypto's volatile. CoinGecko shows altcoins can swing 20% in a day. Start with established altcoins, not random moon coins. Solana's a solid pick. Used for gaming and NFTs, it grew 120% in 2024. Cardano's another. Its eco-friendly tech has partnerships with universities, per their site. Check CoinMarketCap for price history and read the coin's website, or X. Posts for updates. Avoid hype traps. If someone's screaming 100x gains on TikTok, run. Real-world math. $100 in Solana at $150 per coin gets you 0.66 SOL. If it hits $300, not guaranteed, that's $198. Not millions, but a start. Learn to research. It's easier than you think. You don't need a finance degree to spot good altcoins, just curiosity. Use free tools like Masari or CoinGecko for data on a coin's market cap. Aim for 1 billion pesos for stability, and trading volume, high is better. Join Aussie crypto groups on Reddit like R Crypto Australia, or follow X accounts like a CryptoMate AU for tips. Watch YouTube channels like Coin Bureau for beginner-friendly breakdowns. Spend 30 minutes a week reading. This habit saved Jake, a 22-year-old uni student from Adelaide, from a $300 scam coin in 2024. His $200 in Polkadot, now $1,500. Common mistakes to dodge. Let's talk traps. Mistake number 1. FOMO buying at all-time highs. Altcoins often spike after X hype. Check TradingView for price charts and wait for dips. Mistake number 2. Ignoring fees. SwiftX charges 0.6%, but gas. Fees on Ethereum can hit $20 per transaction. Use cheaper networks like Solana, under 0.01. Mistake number 3. No exit plan. Set goals, like selling 50% if your $100 doubles, to lock in gains. ASIC says 70% of Aussie crypto losses come from emotional trading. Don't be that guy who held Dogecoin from 0.70 to 0.05. Hack number 1. Dollar cost averaging, DCA. Want a stress-free way to invest? Try DCA. Buy a fixed amount regularly, like $20 a week. It smooths out price swings. Example, $20 weekly in Chainlink at 15 averages your cost. If it hits $30, your $240 investment, 12 weeks, is worth $480. Apps like CoinSpot let you automate DCA. Hack number 2, staking. Some altcoins like Cardano let you stake coins to earn 4 to 6% yearly per staking rewards. It's like interest, but better than a bank's 1.5%. Real transformation story. Meet Liam, a 25-year-old retail worker from Cairns. In 2023, he was broke, owing $2,000 on Afterpay. Curious about crypto, he started with $50 on CoinSpot, buying Solana at $20. He used DCA, adding $30 a month, and staked his coins for extra returns. By 2025, Solana's $180, and his $410 investment is worth $2,700. He cleared his debt and started a side hustle designing NFT art. Liam's no guru. He just followed steps like these and stayed patient. If he can do it, why not you? Numbers. To chew on, let's crunch it. $100 monthly in a savings account at 2% gives you $1,224 in a year. Same $100 in an altcoin like Avalanche, assuming 50% growth, conservative, it did 150% in 2024, could hit $1,800. Riskier? Yes, but the reward's bigger if you're smart. Always check ATO rules. Crypto profits are taxable as capital gains, 12.545% depending on income. Take a deep breath, mate. You've just been on a wild ride through the world of altcoins, and if you're still here, it's because you're ready for something bigger. We've unpacked why young Aussies are diving headfirst into crypto, how It's shaking up a broken financial system and the practical steps to get started without losing your shirt. But this isn't just about coins or charts. It's about you. It's about breaking free from the grind, the stress, the feeling that you're always one paycheck away from disaster. Let's close this out with a clear vision of where you could go, why it matters, and how to take that first step today. Because in 2025, Australia's tough, but so are you. Let's rewind for a second. Remember that feeling we started with? Scrolling X or TikTok? Seeing some 20-something flaunting their crypto gains while you're stuck paying $600 a week for a shoebox flat? That's not just envy, it's a wake-up call. Australia's economy isn't doing you any favors. The Australian Bureau of Statistics says 1 in 3 Aussies under 35 have less than $1,000 in savings. House prices are still obscene. CoreLogic pegs Sydney's median at 1.2 million. And superannuation? Finder's 2025 data shows the average millennial's balance won't fund a decent retirement until 75. No wonder young Aussies are looking at altcoins, not as a lottery ticket, but as a tool to rewrite their story. Now let's be real, crypto's not a fairy godmother. It's risky, it's volatile, and it's not for everyone. CoinMarketCap shows altcoins like Solana and Cardano can crash 30% in a week, just as they can soar 100% in a month. But here's the truth. Doing nothing is riskier. Sticking your cash in a savings account at 2% while inflation runs at 4%? That's a guaranteed loss per RBA stats. Playing it safe might feel smart, but it's why so many Aussies are stuck, working harder, earning less, dreaming smaller. Altcoins, when approached with a plan, offer something rare. A chance to take control. Not tomorrow, not in 10 years, right now. Picture this. It's 2027, 2 years from now. You've been following the steps we laid out, starting small, maybe. $50 a month on CoinSpot, buying solid altcoins like Polkadot or Avalanche. You've learned to spot scams, ignored the moon coin hype, and stuck to dollar-cost averaging. Your $200 investment's grown to $3,000. Not life-changing, but enough to wipe your HEX debt or fund a side hustle. You're not stressed about bills anymore. Maybe you're even staking coins for 5% returns, building passive income while you sleep. That's not a fantasy. It's what discipline and a bit of courage can do. Compare that to blowing $200 on Afterpay splurges or $5 coffees. Which future feels better? Let's talk about someone who made it happen. Meet Tara, a 29-year-old, teacher from Newcastle. In 2023, she was drowning. $5,000 in credit card debt, no savings, teaching overtime to afford rent. She stumbled across a Reddit thread about altcoins, skeptical but curious. Tara started with $100 in Chainlink, using SwiftX and added $30 a month. She read CoinGecko, watched YouTube, learned the ropes. By 2025, Chainlink's up 150%, and her $460 investment's worth $2,800. She paid off half her debt, started a blog about crypto, and now earns $500 a month on the side. Tara's not a millionaire. She's proof that small, consistent moves can change the game. If she can start from zero, why can't you? Here's the heart of it. Altcoins aren't just about money, they're about freedom. Freedom to stress less about rent. Freedom to travel, start a business, or just say no to a job you hate. But freedom isn't free. It takes action. The world's moving fast. Statista says 1.5 billion people globally hold crypto in 2025, and Australia's leading the pack with 25% adoption per SwiftX. Waiting means falling behind. Every day you put off learning, researching, or investing is a day someone else gets ahead. You don't need to be rich or a genius, just willing to try. So what's your next move? Open that CoinSpot account tonight. It's free and takes 10 minutes. Chuck in $20, buy a fraction of Solana, and start watching its price on CoinMarketCap. Join r/Chach Crypto Australia on Reddit, follow Aussie Crypto Guru on X, or check Coin Bureau's YouTube for a crash course. Spend 15 minutes a day learning, less time than you spend on Netflix. The ATOs watching, crypto gains are taxed 12.5 to 45%. So track your trades with apps like Coinly. Start small, stay smart, and build from there. You're not betting your life savings, you're betting on yourself. Now, I want to hear from you. Did this spark something? Are you pumped to try crypto, or is it still scary as hell? Drop a comment below. Tell me your biggest money struggle, your crypto dreams, or even why you think this is all nuts. Every story matters, and yours might inspire someone else to take a leap. And if you've learned even one thing today, hit that subscribe button. We're dropping videos every week. Crypto hacks, side hustles, super tricks to help you go from lascado to loaded Aussie style. Share this with a mate who needs a nudge. Let's build this community together. One last thing. You're not alone in this. The system's tough, but you're tougher. Whether it's altcoins, a new job, or a hustle, the first step's always the hardest. Take it today, and 2 years from now, you'll thank yourself. Stay curious, stay bold, and let's keep fighting for that financial freedom. So, what do you reckon? Did this hit home? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more videos like this, smash that subscribe button. We're in this together.